box of mixed biscuits. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? How we doing? What have I missed? Kicking Dow's here. Davo's here. Fearless leader Harry's nowhere to be found. Slacker, yes. What's going on, guys? We are here. We're live and we are bad. I made it in. Chris Greenaway's here. Christopher. Chris blew away. He was sad. Christopher was sad. What's going on, man? Paul Pajui's in the chat. Paul's saying, so that's what you look like. Darren Seymour's in the chat. Yes, triumphant return here. I didn't realize how long it had been since I streamed, but it's kind of been some time there. So I've just been I've just been working. Nothing real. I don't know what I just broke. I just broke something though. Oh dang, that's a shame. Get this damn thing set up. Will that work like that? Charlie Roma's in the chat. There we go. Let's let you guys still now. Chris Sanders is in the chat. Howdy, Chris. Shell is in the chat. And Rich, GT350R. Happy Easter, everybody. He's saying. Happy Easter, guys. A lovely day, no matter how you look at it. It was raining excessively here. But what's everybody else been up to? I've been doing the boring life. I haven't done anything cool. Chris is saying that I did a dumb financial decision, but I'm an owner of a Model 70. Oh, super grade in 6.8 Western. Badass, man. That's pretty great gun there. A box of mixed biscuits in a biscuit mixer. I'm still getting over a little cough thing I had going this week, so if I sound funky, that's why. Ox Auto saying I got my 69 Charger and my 68 300 running and driving. Now we're talking. That's badass. That probably wasn't the easiest thing. Spencer's Drink Reviews and Chugs is in the chat. Howdy, Spencer. What do we got there? Hey, I keep doing that. Buff Del Campo was going to go. He was going to do a live stream tonight. I guess he's been making up for my significant absence here. But he held off, so he's going to be live Tuesday night. That's Buff and Kim. They'll be having a nice live stream. I've joined in on a couple of their live streams, and they're a lot of fun. Opar Man's in the chat. Dean's in the chat. Terrence saying, I was laying on the sofa 2 days ago with the spicy flu when I heard someone trying to get into the garage. I raced out to hurry with a weapon to find 2 mongrel mob gang members. Really? At Zero's in the chat. What's going on, brother? Oh, Chris Greenway is saying, Ari definitely porked up. Must be getting quesadas and enchiladas. It's a quesadilla, son. Yeah, no, I've gained a little bit of weight there for sure. BNR Racing's in the chat. Charlie Roma's here. Yeah, Charlie, you're on the shirt. I got to get one of those just because you guys are on it. I'm trying to find a way to set this phone that's like not blocking the chat, but also allows me to kind of see everything. So that's difficult. I would have set up the laptop if I was smart. Chris Sanders, I've just been hanging out, man. Nothing crazy. Bruce Culkin's in the chat. Kim saying she's enjoying the night off. Yeah, stream. It'll take it out of you sometimes, trying to be mildly aware. Hubie's Garage is in the chat saying, hope the Apache is doing well. Hubie, the Apache is doing great. The truck's been running really well. And I've been getting around. I've done a little bit of work on it. What am I missing here? Make sure I got it on live chat, because otherwise it excludes people, which is not what I'm going for. Make sure I'm not missing any messages here. Mexican Spec is in the chat. Terrence is saying they're one of two of New Zealand's original gangs. They pulled a knife on me, wanting to take the Chrysler. I stood my ground without a weapon, and they left. But now I'm tooled to F up waiting. Yeah, I bet, man. That doesn't sound like a good situation at all. Oxauto saying hi to Mexican Spec. Hubie, no, not AFB time yet. I almost got there this weekend, but it was raining like crazy today. Yesterday it rained in the morning and kind of let up. Howdy, Olive. How are you? It let up enough to where I was able to swap the valve covers and just do some like little what have yous I've been avoiding, just cleaning battery terminals and stuff like that. But I didn't get a chance to throw the carb on. But soon I've got an Edelbrock 1405 that I want to throw on the truck. I've got a few more things that I need to do. I swapped out the hubs. Hubie just did a video to a similar effect. I should have recorded it. I should have, but I was just so bent on getting the truck back up to snuff that I didn't even record any of it. But I swapped out the original ball bearing 1960 hubs out to 1964 GMC pickup hubs, which have tapered bearings in them, which was quite the upgrade. I was able to, off of a link that Hubie sent me, I was able to get Made in USA Timken bearings and do that swap, which I thought was really cool. Hubie saying, yeah, managed to get a few hours of work in to get a video out, but the rain has been a hindrance. Yeah, it's been a little bit much, and I'm usually pretty good at working around it, but it was heavy today. I was very like stubbornly bent on walking to get Chinese food, and I ended up getting soaked. Yeah, Timken kicking down. I was really happy about it because the ad didn't even specify Timken bearings; it just specified Made in USA bearings, and that was my big issue. Is I I can work with the ball bearings. I used to kind of chase them around a little bit, kind of adjust them as I went, and really maintain them the way I should. But I got past that, and I can't find any Made in USA ball bearings for those original hubs. Nathan's Mopar Garage is in the chat. What's going on? What else did I miss here? In Decline 100's in the chat. In Decline 100, the six cylinder actually blew. I had to swap to a V8. Who else was here? I think I missed another. Engine Light Garage. Welcome to the chat, man. Yeah, I actually blew the six cylinder last July, if I'm not mistaken. And I had a 350 on the engine stand already, so I had to swap over to the 350. It was kind of I had to do it in a pinch too. Luckily, Hubie was kind enough to deal with my loser ass and give me a spot on his driveway. And I was able to get the V8 into the truck. I broke one transmission too, but I was able to get the V8 into the truck and then swap over to the 4-speed, the Granny 4-speed I have as well. Cousin Mike's in the chat. Hubie's saying that the ball bearings really tear into the race if not adjusted correctly. Yeah, definitely, and it's well, they got the plastic bearing cages now, which is kind of terrifying to me. You know what I mean? If it's out of adjustment, it's not just going to get damaged; it's going to absolutely tear itself up. I think I saw Rich 220 in there. Welcome, brother. I'm having trouble keeping up with the chat. I'm a little rusty, guys. Shell's in the chat. Everyone's greeting Shell. Paul Pajui's asking if I ever use the granny gear. Yes, actually, I do, Paul. Everyone said I'd never use it, but the traffic gets so slow and backed up here that I can just throw it into granny and crawl. If I'm waiting for like a freeway meter or whatever it may be, it's pretty handy. B&R saying there's a company called Old Car Bearings. I rebuilt the 36 Chevy one-ton rear differential, special double barrel roller bearings used throughout. Every bearing not made new now at all. You see, saying they sourced a bearing for him. That's pretty badass. Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble because I bought the old, I think it was National Bearings. When I bought National Bearings about geez, it's about 8 years ago now. They were still made in USA, and they fit the truck well, and they've lasted this long. So I figured I could do the same thing, but the bearings I got were undersized. So on top of having that plastic bearing cage, like I was talking about, the races were slightly undersized. I guess I could have just probably shimmed them with some tinfoil or brass shim stock or something, but it felt like a better thing to do to swap over to the newer hubs. And they're 64 GMC hubs. They're off of my buddy's old half-ton short bed truck that he ran all over the place, and they're in great condition. So that was kind of cool. Paul's saying he needs to change the left front hub on the 99 GMC. That'll be all right. A little hammering. Need 5 to 6 bolt guns to finish off my quintessential deer bolt rifles. You got quite the collection, Chris. You really do. Kim's saying getting decent parts can be very expensive. Yeah, that's what I was getting to, Kim, is not only were they Chinese bearings that were undersized, they were incredibly expensive. I think I paid right around $190 for inner and outer bearings for both sides, and that was without seals. And for the tapered made in USA Timken bearings, I paid $60 for inner and outer, and it came with seals. So it was kind of a godsend. That was Hubie's help, you know what I mean? He was reading some forum information that I'd kind of picked through before, but kind of just assumed was hogwash. But he brought me some forum information, and he was able to kind of get me lined up with that and help me out a little bit there. Yeah, exactly, Hubie. 300, right around $300 versus the, reasonable price. Ox Auto saying I always have to buy points in twos because one is not likely to work. That's actually another one Hubie saved me. He gave me a set of his Blue Streak, standard Blue Streak points, and a condenser too. I owe you, Hubie. I gotta hit eBay. I'll get you one of each. In Decline 100 saying it's always good to find some USA made bearings for projects. Good move. Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, it's not just it is a project truck, of course, in essence, but I drive it every day, so it's like the safer, the less janky everything is, the better. I have a low standard for that, but just the same, there's certain things you shouldn't ignore. Chris is saying, all right, my problem is I flip them like cars if I don't get them right away. Sold BDLs lately to amigos who have used them for harvesting deer where I don't get the opportunity to go up north. Yeah, I mean, that's fair enough, man. I guess that's part of collecting, it's kind of switching around. Because of Mike saying he bought an old generator with a T62 turbine engine. I was checking that out, man. That looked like a really cool project. You were talking about making a go-kart or something with it, though, right? At Zero's bringing up the point that some Timken bearings are not made here. Yeah, I was lucky to get, like I said, made in USA Timkens. Dave Lewis is in the chat. Dave, I just realized that I forgot to text you back, and that's, I don't know how many weeks ago. I feel rude, man. I'm sorry, brother. I'm doing all right. I just been busy. Not getting. I've been blaming writer's block all night. That's my excuse right now. I've been hearing one of my Marlin 22s. Buff Del Campo wants to see the engine for the generator, the turbine engine. But yeah, Dave, just been hanging out over here. Been working on the truck a little bit. It's in the truck right now, but I have a Edelbrock 1405 that I want to swap onto there. I bought the adapter plate for it. I want to try the 1405 out, and in the meantime, I have the Quadrajet that's already on there, and another Quadrajet that was actually quite healthy when it was on a 327. So I wanted to kind of Frankenstein them, and use some of the tips and the instructions from the book that you got me, Dave, to make like one really viable Quadrajet. Try that out and see, compare. Paul's saying you never know where a part is made when you order it until you have it in your hands. Yeah, pretty much. You never know. They'll be stamped one way or another. I've been happy to see a lot of made in Mexico parts, which is kind of an improvement to me, especially brake parts. I feel like a lot of Mexican made brake parts and clutch parts hold up really well. But yeah, just messing with the truck a little bit. I actually, whoa, just throwing the phone around. I'm sorry, guys. Anybody who experiences vertigo from that, I apologize. That was actually at Zero's fault. There we go. There we go. Actually spent a tiny bit of money and I got a set of these for the truck. They're just ceramic coated ram horns and they're a little opened up. They actually got a 3-inch exhaust. So I was really happy for this. I got these for about probably what I would have spent, a little less than I would have spent on some Chinese headers. And I feel like it kind of fits the look that I'm going for, as well as just kind of makes it makes my life a little bit easier, not dealing with long tubes. So I was happy with that. Even I have both of them. I swear there are two. But yeah, I just picked these up. A gentleman named Max, was kind enough to actually bring them to me at work. Chris, I'm not sure about the availability on that one. A lot of like specialty rounds out here. There's a couple stores that sell them like for a pretty decent price, but I started reloading because they're kind of difficult to find. You know, I get a lot of those post-war dies and stuff just because it was a pain in the ass to find them here. He'd be saying that the newer Tri 5 seals he got were SKs made in Mexico from Napa. Yeah, they're probably pretty decent. Dan saying Luck has been made in Mexico for a long while. Dan saying clear powder coat might preserve those manifolds. I think it's Dan. I think it's actually just that's like a ceramic coat on there. This is it's actually just got that finish. Dave Lewis is saying busy here too. Porting season, doing an alcohol conversion on a Holly, 3 engine swaps. Just to name some. That's right, Dave. It's getting out of yeah, it's getting towards race season, huh? You got your work cut out for you. Well, you work just as much in the off season. I guess everybody brings their stuff to you. Thanks, Olive. He'd be saying, got to get the horns on and get it over to Steve at Cypress Muffler. Definitely, Hubie. I think just some real basic dual exhaust would be nice. I kind of want glass packs. I mean, it's a stock cam, so it's not going to be that choppy, so I might as well try to go for the burbly sound, I feel like. I don't know if you guys disagree. In Decline 100 saying Cerakote works really well for exhaust and it's not as thick as the powder coat. They use it on gun barrels. Yeah, that's right. In Decline because it dries down to however many thousandths versus the multiple mils of the powder coat. That makes sense. Cousin Mike saying Barrow's dad has the manifold stretcher to put those on easier. Hubie's asking if I would keep the crossover pipe or do dual pipes this time. What do you think, Hubie? I've heard both. You know what I mean? I've heard people say it sounds like garbage if you don't run a crossover pipe, but I've seen, most of my both of my friends as well as the 61. Chris is 61 across the street from you. Both have just individual, truly split exhaust, and they sound good to me. So I don't know. Yeah, Rich, they fit a 283. I don't know if you'd run into clearance issues in the engine bay at all, but they're a little bit bigger than the original Rams horns, but Davo say my old V8s had no crossover. I like the sound better. Yeah, Rich, I think they sell them on Summit. They're sold as smoothie ram horns or something like that. And they're not exactly cheap. But we installed a set of them on a 72 Blazer when I worked at Ray's shop, and I really liked them. And then I ran into a pair on OfferUp for a real good price. So I swooped them up, and again, the gentleman was kind enough to bring them to my work. So I gave him a couple extra bucks for driving over there, and he's working on a El Camino project, just no normal dude. So he was appreciative of it. But he's building a real rowdy 383 for the El Camino, and some long tubes are more fitting for that versus my purpose. So manifolds are pretty perfect. Hubie saying, what do you think of Mr. Z's truck? He has dual glass packs. I think, yeah, Hubie, that would be a similar setup because he's got the ram horns into some dual exhaust. I don't know if I saw glass packs. I think they were just like a thrush, like the old generic turbo type muffler. Put those blue glass packs on. Chris Birdsong put on his General Lee, made in America and reasonable. I have to check him out, Mopar man. I'm sure you'll send me a link. Oxado saying, have a great night, Ari. Thank you. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks so much for stopping in, Oxado. I appreciate it, man. I hope it wasn't too boring. I know I run my mouth in circles, but I'm having fun just the same. Hope to see you soon. Have a great week, man. Check your fluids. IndyCline 100 saying 2 12-inch glass packs and straight pipes will wrap pretty good with that 4-speed transmission. Might sound like a 235 with glass packs. You never know. Chris Cadman's in the chat saying, Ari. Andy saying, I use KB's coatings, cast iron paint, and last manifold. 3,000 to 4,000 miles later, it still looks good. That's something. And D, how you doing, man? I didn't even greet you. How's it been? Anything cool happen? Dougster's in the chat. How did I miss the Dougster? I'm rusty, guys. I can't even keep up with the chat. Jason's Garage is in the chat. Howdy, brother. Good to see you. Dickie Farley. He'd be saying his truck has the nostalgic sound. You'd always hear Mr. Z idling his truck home with his trademark SIG. Yeah, I think that would be a good route, Hubie. I think it sounds kind of proper that way, and that's basically the same setup that most of my friends had. Like on my buddy's 63, he has just that short dual exhaust. My buddy's 64 that I have the hubs from, he had the same short split exhaust, and something to a similar effect would be pretty nice. It's not like I need anything fancy. It's not a high compression engine. It's no, you know what I mean? It's stock cam. There's I don't know if you guys can hear the neighbor here speaking Farsi really loud, but if you can, it's probably adding to the show. LPG saying I had long tubes for my Oldsmobile Jet, hot ceramic coated. Paul, they're really. I do. Don't get me wrong. I love headers. Don't get I'm not sitting here like I don't need those. I understand. I definitely do, but I'm such an ass. I think the Apache's maybe gonna need some custom stainless headers. No, I don't know. Dougster saying a forbidden word. Dang. Nathan's Mopar Garage. Good old Nathan, man. I'm not. I mean, I don't even want to. I don't mean to sound corny or nothing, but it's been a while since I streamed. I missed you guys. It's really nice to talk with everybody. Dakota, I can still time you out. I can't. I have the power. All I'm saying, I had elite, cheap Harbor Freight, cheapo long tubes on my Duster. Did plan to upgrade those eventually. Yeah, I thought this was a good medium though. I don't know. I feel like they look pretty slick, and especially with my 327 obsession. I feel like with my scripted valve covers and the ram horns, you know what I mean. It looks more like the early small block. You'd be saying family, Ari, family. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Happy Easter, Rich. Oh, J.C. Whitney. Yeah, Dakota. I'm sorry. I don't know if you didn't see them. Yeah, they're pretty sweet. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it'll be a good look, and it'll definitely allow more flow than the stock ram horns I got on there. So, seemed like a good compromise. But I don't know. Again, a lot of it is just the condition of the motor itself. And then the four speed that I have, the Saginaw, a gentleman's been trying to buy it, and I feel really bad. I've been flaky with everybody, but he was trying to get a hold of me this whole last week. So I told him, I'll go get the transmission from storage tomorrow, which is actually tomorrow, Monday, and I'll give him a call so he can pick it up. He wants to buy that, and I kind of want to use the money that I get from that in earmuffs, Hubie, earmuffs. I kind of want to buy this big block core that's out in Anaheim. It's a 402, and have that gone through as a future replacement for this 350. Cousin Mike's saying always cool to make stuff look nicer. I have lots of engine painting to do. Mike's been at it. He swapped the trans on one of his T-Birds. He did a timing chain job. Mike's been busy. He's over there like in the freaking mud and sleet and stuff, just BNR saying, yeah, the ram horns were used on the Fuelie 327 Corvettes and 375 HP package. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, Brian. And I was looking at his set of Fuelie heads that I'd have to take them to the machinist, obviously, but they're a good price for the set. If they're not cracked, it would be a good buy for me. I kind of want those Fuelie heads. I don't care. I'll make provisions for the accessories. He'd be saying they sure beat those 55 Chevy logs. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean now. There's been several things where it was like, yeah, you probably should have just listened to Hubie. Several things. You don't have to. I don't even have to name them all, but I'm sure you know. And do you know they're not stainless? They're ceramic coated, Cerakoted, ceramic coated, Cerakote. One is a brand, one is a process, but I don't know which. Had Zero saying, "Listen to you, brother. Are you all about the numbers?" I only have a concrete pad in front of my shop. It's curing as we speak. All of that is monumentous right there. Everybody, let's just take a second and be glad Olive's got a concrete slab. That's a game changer. I was just talking about Mike working in the mud. He's next on the slab list. Nathan's working on the house because Mike's saying I spent so much money. It's crazy. $1,500 on just 2 carbs and an air cleaner. Yeah, Mike. I mean, it costs. A lot of this stuff ain't cheap. Dakota saying, I've been swapping engines. My Trans Am 455 is sick, but I got a Smog Era 400 in it now. It's not the same, is it, Dakota? Hubie's Garage is saying, newsflash, I'm thinking about buying more long block cores, even a big block Chevy or two. Hubie, I got a couple saved that I'll send you. I know there's one guy's selling a nice 4-bolt main engine. I think it might be an 010 block, and he's not asking too much for it. I don't know, that may be suspicious, but I think it might be bored out or something. But just the same, it's nice. You know me, poor Hubie. He gets like I send him all the stuff that I find on OfferUp, and he's like well aware that I don't have space for any of these things. So he's constantly having to tell like Ari, be practical, be realistic. And I'm like, I'm neither of those things, I guess, at the end of the day. Unfinished is out for the night. He's got to get his beauty sleep. Unfinished, have a great week, brother. Don't work too hard, and check your fluids, man. Dan saying, I wish I had a slab. Kim's asking if anyone saw her flip the engine off the hoist in the grass. A slab would have helped. Yeah, Kim, that one was rough. You know what I mean? That was like a lot at once kind of thing. And I mean, obviously, I don't think I could have done anything different, but I'm just glad you're all right. You know what I mean? It's a lot of weight being manipulated in different ways. But have you guys done a video about the aftermath? What happened to the engine? I don't know. I haven't been YouTubing enough. Rich is saying, I want to get a 4-barrel intake and a carb. Rich, I got a spare Q-Jet intake. Hubie saying, "Good thing you are on Marketplace." I am now, Hubie. That's the problem. Is I really gotta watch it. I really gotta watch it. I have. Sand Mountain Ballistics is in the chat. Howdy, Hunter. How are you doing, man? Driveway Road Project. Talking about cousin Mike saying that Edelbrock VRS 4150 is brand new. It's the first brand new carb I've ever bought. That's a pretty cool one to buy, though. It's unique. Sand Mountain Ballistics being saying, what do we got? Missing stuff. Dougster saying, oh, Dougster's out for the night. Dougster, good seeing you, brother. I'll text you soon, man, and you have a great week. Make sure to check your fluids, man. Cousin Mike saying I need to build a little carport shop and pour a slab. That would be rad, man. Rich, I'm sure it would. Yeah, Hubie, I'm on Facebook. Not Floyd Lippincott. It's just I'm Rodnock Serling on Facebook. I don't use it for anything really, except for kind of skimming through Marketplace. Other than that, it's kind of patronizing and reminds me of everything that's wrong with the world. Kim saying no update video. It has been. Okay, we're gonna leave right there till the skid loader is repaired so I can move it. A couple days waiting on parts. Because of Mike saying a tranny swap in the mud sucked. And that dude, I can't believe you did that. He sends me this picture of his T-Bird stacked on wheels in this like mud pit where he's been working, and he swapped out the train. I mean, that's dedication. I mean, I'm not. There's no. That's pretty badass, Mike. But I don't like. Might have been able to dodge that. Rich, it might be small enough to where I can use one of those flat rate boxes. It's just an old Q-Jet intake. I feel just sitting in there. QB saying it's probably the best way to do Facebook. My buddy's Oswald McGillicuddy does some wild shit. Yeah. All it's saying. Speaking of long tube headers, sometimes digging a hole helps install. Huh. That's kind of. Yeah, I guess that's one advantage of being on the soil. We got Buff Del Campo saying, I think the tran's out. Actually yanked on it. Oh, wow. Dakota, the D6.6 Bandit. Sticking. Oh, Hunter bought a T10 on Friday. Also bought a bell housing pedals and a Z-bar a month ago. I have pretty much everything to do the 4-speed swap and a Star Chief. That's going to be badass, man. That is cool. And DC wife keeps me updated with Facebook Marketplace or Facebook. Every time I get on it, I get lost in a Marketplace rabbit hole. It's hard, man. You ever just go on Craigslist and just not even specify anything? You just click on auto parts just to see what comes up. And something useful almost always comes up. You don't know when it's going to be useful. It might not be useful for 10 years, but it's useful. Oh, man. All seen a trick my dad showed me when I was stuck. That's pretty badass. Cousin Mike saying I swapped a Civic engine in 18 inches of snow once. Good God. It's like Honda in the snow. You need like one of those 80s trench coats to make it like just a little bit sadder. Yubi's Garage is saying 55 Chevy parts is my go-to search. The parts are drying up. I've been seeing some. No, not really. No, I don't see a lot of Tri-5 parts, I guess. was saying I've seen done most of my seem to have done most of my water pump swaps while in snowbanks. You guys are wild. I don't deal with snow. I'm like, it was 40 something degrees today. I was like, whoa, this is really cold. Aunt D saying yes. Also typing a random year on Craigslist and sorting out on year's oldest to new on Copart. Chris Cabin saying 30-06 ammo useful. You be saying one lady was giving away about 300 worth of Try 5 parts, but I think her husband answered that. She's like, please get rid of some. Please. Please get rid of some of this Try 5 stuff. Mopar man saying, like when you go to type in Mopar parts on Marketplace, you get to see Mopar parts, but get a random post for an S10 or a. Yeah, they like put that into the tag so car people will see it. As you were saying, wait, snow like the frozen water thing. I thought you guys were using drug references. Rob's Rods and Streetcars in the chat. Howdy, Rob. How you doing, man? Yeah, but the truck's been running well. It's been getting me to and from work without a hitch. A couple noises with the whole bearing debacle, and I'm trying to think what else held me up. There had to have been something. I found out that the reason my exhaust gaskets were so leaky were that they were actually the incorrect gaskets. There wasn't a double taper on the gaskets, the donut portion of it, not the actual manifold gaskets. And yeah, I replaced those. The little steering coupling, the little rubber piece, I did a little sandwich deal. I did that too. Real complicated stuff, guys. Yeah, Hubie, the exhaust leak was fixed. Thank goodness. Longest existing exhaust leak. Buffalo Compost saying, I got so tired of working under cars in snow. That's why I moved from Ohio to Tennessee. Chris Sanders saying rag joint. Yeah, that little rubber coupling deal. I did that. What else? Just normal maintenance. You know, I grease everything. I've changed oil a few times. Real basic stuff on the truck, but it's been running well. And yeah, everybody thought I swapped over to some kind of electric truck, or you know, I was rolling around with like 3 different kinds of granola on me. But no, just same thing, just cruising the truck around. I've been working a lot. It was a hectic couple months. We were doing a run of prototypes at work, so we were kind of hustling through them. And it's slowing down now, so I'm kind of just coming back to earth and, you know, trying to catch up with everything. So I've been messing with the truck. I've been trying to YouTube a little more, which is kind of difficult for me. You know, I try to keep it interesting, and if I don't feel as if anything around me is like, you know, significant or interesting, I'm not going to record it for you guys because I feel like I'm just regurgitating stuff. But, you know, certain things like the valve cover swap, or, you know, I feel like sharing my Saturday morning ritual. I go get menudo, whatever. Decent power. Chris Anderson, got to do head gaskets on the Lincoln. Started drinking coolant and missing real bad. Oh, that don't sound like fun. You be saying it's always cool to see the Apache parked next to those Amazon electric vans. Yeah, the electric delivery vehicles. And yeah, it's kind of funny, you know what I mean? Especially it's a contrast, you know what I mean? I don't see anybody. There's one guy who drives a classic truck. I think it's a Bronco, but I mean it's like a resto mod. He's got EFI and everything, so it's not quite the same. Dean saying like coming back to Earth. I'm so down with that. Putting that boy band soup into yourself. You can't diss the menudo. I think that's why I'm still alive. Sand Mountain Ballistics saying Super T10 I bought has a 342 first gear. That's badass, man. Did it come with a shifter? Hubie's got a point here saying the shorts driving the Apache to and from work on the freeway are always good classic RA videos. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I forget that's kind of why I did it, was just to remind people, like, yeah, I'm still driving the damn truck. You know, I haven't switched over. I'm not driving a Prius, but I think I need to get back on that. I was thinking of combining them, Hubie. You know what I mean? Like, do half of the drive to work, and half the other half, the drive back. I don't know if that works well on YouTube standards, but I feel like it kind of sums things up a little better. Oh, I'm saying keeps the shorts in my feed for me mostly. I don't know if that's inane or insane. Usually it's you and Max. Yeah, I try to keep up with it. Like I said, if there's something that interesting, and it doesn't help that I can't really record anything at work because it's like if it's not public information, then I obviously can't share it. So even then, you know what I mean? It starts to, draw attention. Came with a Hurst shifter, but I have to get some linkage rods for it, and plate it needs a shift knob. Well, that's not bad. As long as you got some of it, Hunter, you can piece it together. Those things got expensive. Hurst shifters are not cheap anymore. I think I paid like $100 for my little Indy-Matic, and then nowadays it's an expensive piece. You be saying I do my shorts in under 15 seconds. Even the ADHD folks stay away. Stay engaged the whole video. It helps the algorithm. Yeah. My 15-second shorts have always done better. Always. Will Parman saying R equals Men in Black. I mean, it seems so like petty, especially. I mean, there's people in here that have like had real military jobs and stuff. So I'm just like, nah. I don't even like to. It's like, oh yeah, it's a big secret. Like, nah, it's not public information. So it's like, all right, got to respect that. But man, it's funny at work. I work with some cool guys, and we have a lot of fun. Just kind of chilling, ranting, a lot of jokes, and yeah, too cool. I enjoy the job. It ain't bad at all. It's weird for me. You know what I mean? It's because I'm sure you guys are used to it. In a mechanical capacity, it's always like reaching out for help or not being able to solve the problem yourself is like so frowned upon. I feel like versus here, you know what I mean? That's the whole process is finding an issue and kind of using your resources to eliminate that issue in production, I guess. But I don't know. It's a weird one, and it takes up. It's been a lot of adapting. You know what I mean? And unlike any of my previous positions, that's for sure. Yeah, the Hearst. It's because they had the, what is he saying? He got the gorgeous chick they always had on the shifters. Yeah, yeah. It still sells. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. Like I said, nothing real eventful. Um, I've been sitting around. I haven't done anything cool. But I'm gonna get back at it, I guess. Chris is saying, how about a Cleaver Ford 351? I'd be so stoked to work on one, Chris. UB's Garage is saying, Nick Woods at Clay Smith Cams gave us a small engine turbocharger. Come over and we'll throw it on my Bonanza mini bike. Great content there. Yeah, definitely, Hubie. I've been meaning to come by. I've been meaning to come by. I haven't seen anybody. I went to a concert with my lady last weekend, and we ran into one of my buddies, and I realized it's been almost more than probably 6 months since I seen him, and it's weird to like just run into him like that, but just the same, it was cool. But yeah, I need to get over there, and I still got to bring you some steaks. I never got a chance to bring you any steaks. Yeah, that sounds good. At Zero is asking if you can win my purple cleaner giveaway. At 01. And don't forget to buy Super Clean. It comes in a purple container and it cleans things. Super Clean. It comes in a purple container and it cleans things. Purple. Yeah, Hubie, I'll definitely come by soon. Get out there, get some breakfast burritos or something. We got to get that, what is it, the chicken fried steak burrito from the Yellow Basket. You be seeing the kid is working at the machine shop Monday through Saturday to 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. He's busy too. That's badass. Chris is saying Ari has a girlfriend. Ha! 9 years this year. 9 years. If you're watching, 9 years. But yeah, it'd be nice to get out there. I'm glad it's cool he's at the machine shop like that. He's working in a more fitting capacity than the previous job. As you were saying, she's mean too. It's kind of a scary lady. But yeah, I need to get back at it. Paul's checking out. He's saying, good to see you, Ari. Good night. Paul, thanks so much for stopping in, brother. Again, I apologize for the extensive absence. I blame writer's block. I can't perform under those conditions. I can't do it. No, I'm kidding. But thanks so much, Paul. I appreciate you. And I hope you have a great week. Be safe out there. Make sure to check your fluids. That's her saying, hey, Ari, say hi to the old lady for me. Like just tell her I said hi. All of saying those T-handles seem to be a great way to break fingernails. Cousin Mike saying a gal isn't worth staying with if you're not scared to leave her. That's poetry, Mike. That's a good one. Yeah, 9 years, Hubie. Oh man, yeah, no, it's well, like I said, it's been cool. It's been mellow. It's not. I've been doing a little better. The work's consistent. It's not so feast or famine. If I want to fix something on the truck, I've been buying tools, buying parts as needed. I was gonna do a video on it, but I guess I can give you guys kind of a sneak peek. Sneak peek of the greatest tool. This is something important that I bought for the tool arsenal here, and you guys can see here. It's a very important. I got a cat. Hubie, say hi to him. Cat, say hi to Hubie. No. All right, get out of here. Get. you, seriously, I bought myself this is something I've been wanting to do for years, so you guys can't hate me for this. Bought myself a nice set of Martin hammers and dollies, so I can start doing some body work on these old cars. And I realize I need to buy another arsenal of tools to go with these. I know. But I bought them anyway. I've wanted them. So, that's another rabbit hole we're going to go down. Wendy's in the chat. Howdy, Wendy English. Saying, I love the heart on his nose. As we're talking Pontiac stuff still. He'd be saying no. Dumb cat. Yeah, Wendy, thanks for welcoming me back. I'm sorry I was gone for so long. I just been kind of hung up. And I wasn't really, feeling the whole YouTube thing, I guess. I was, like the last couple live streams I did, I was so burnt out and tired. I felt like I was really boring. And it's already kind of a boring show. Everything's white behind me. I don't really have guests or anything. So I was just kind of like, man, like how boring do you want it to be? Now you're half asleep. That's what people are watching. So, I tried to rethink it a little bit. And I've got some good ideas. I'm not really executing any of them yet, but I got some good ideas. And I'm happy to be back. It's so nice talking to everybody. It's so nice catching up. And, but yeah, I'm here, Wendy. I've been blaming writer's block. It was, I couldn't perform. You be saying after cleaning cat barf all day, it'd be a solid no. He just did that the other day, Hubie. Just like, I'm like half asleep. I hear something. He just barfs right on the chair. Yeah, Chris, get a good bag from a metal man. I was going to make one, Chris. I can actually cast the shot for it. Yeah, Hubie, like I said, I feel bad. I don't like, it's almost something I didn't consider, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, well, but it's like we do the show every Sunday. Everyone comes and talks, you know what I mean? It's a pretty cool community. I feel like there's a lot of really experienced, knowledgeable people here. And that's what makes it fun for me, you know what I mean? If it's just, hey, look at my stuff on YouTube, you know what I mean? It kind of loses its meaning, but, seeing folks get a kick out of the videos or laugh, that's my favorite if I can make people laugh. But, yeah, I just need to get back into it and try to do these live streams, try to do a weekly live stream. I like to put out some more full-length videos. I'm always saying it, but I really, really have some cool ideas, and maybe I can just use my work computer for editing or something, because the one I have is, she's a dinosaur. I was saying decorate a bulletin board during the week. Put it up for streams back there. Keep everyone guessing. That would be cool. I'll get myself some kind of background, because even a green screen, something, just because it's like, it's not really... Can I do that from here? Is that a thing? Oh, no. I want to start pressing buttons. I'm gonna ruin something. You be saying mine have fleas now too. Got to take one to the vet tomorrow for a year supply at Advantage for all of them. Yeah. That sucks when they get fleas. And then the fleas, of course, migrate from them as soon as you put the Advantage on them. So then you're dealing with 7 dust or whatever, whatever cancerous anti-flea stuff you drop on the ground. Chris is saying get different bag shot, etc. Chris Cadman saying Ari is always happy. Yeah. I mean, you guys got to hear me on the freeway sometimes, cursing people, but I feel pretty good. I feel pretty damn good. You know what I mean? I get whiny, but I know I damn well I don't have anything to complain about. Um, I feel pretty happy actually, Chris. That's pretty accurate. I don't even want to disagree with you. BNRC needs how Pontiac was faster than all after 72. Sneak and cheat. All the same, Kim and Buff have dinosaurs. They must know how. Yeah, I gotta make it work. Nice to have Dakota. Nice. Oh, cam swap. You guys are talking cam swaps and Pontiac lore. You'd be saying my hazmat video tanks. So did my other creative videos. One of my solid viewers said, "Stick to try fives." I mean, I really like the video. I think it's funny. Petey Bird. I thought it was funny. Plus, it was fun to make the thing, so that's kind of cool. Get to learn a little bit about hazmat. Buffsy and Kim built up a nice studio. Yeah, that would be another thing to consider too, is actually, making a legitimate studio. I've got, all the means here. I think it would be as easy as setting up a decent backdrop, a microphone. Yeah. I'm good. I don't know. I think I can. I could do more. I think I could do more. Doesn't Mike say my dancing video did okay? Mike, you're really good at that though. Like you mix it up on your YouTube channel, which is what you should do. You know what I mean? And I feel like you kind of get results no matter where you go because you got that dedicated audience. You got the good crowd. Kim's saying our highly custom dyno room takes 2 people to manage. Chris Cadman's dog farted. You'd be saying you're great help in the video. Thanks, Hubie. Like I said, it was fun. It was cool seeing your process too. You know what I mean? Because it's practical. You know what I mean? And you know how the lack of practical application I got up here. So I'm still really happy about these. They just look cool. Such an improvement. At Zero saying, y'all ready for Mantis and Zero Pod Talk? And that would be a great one, too, at Zero. That would be a really great one, especially because I'm fairly certain if I set it up right, we could just do it remotely. So you don't have to drive down here or nothing. And we could just rant. And I'm sure people would tune in. I don't know if the internet would, because we're kind of, we talk very... We have a 20th century way of expressing certain things. Charlie's saying the T-Rex sucking smoke from the volcano. You'd be saying the hazmat video had influences from Barrows. Cousin Mike saying made 25 cents so far. Now I can say I've shaken my ass for money. You'd be saying, hey, if Kevin and Bean can do it, Ari and Zero would be better. Yeah. I just worry, you know what I mean? We kind of... Nah, why worry, though? I mean, just gotta F around to find out, right? Paint Neighbors in the chat saying those ram horns exhaust manifolds look great. I really, really like them. I was happy. And the gentleman who brought him by work, his name was Max, if I'm not mistaken. He was a cool dude. You know, you could tell he's like-minded and he's working on his Chevy project. And, it was cool. Just didn't talk him down. I gave him extra money for bringing him to me. It was very, very un-Persian of me. Chris asking how the old Chev truck apartment's going. It's good, Chris. I got like a little toolbox on the back, little aluminum toolbox just to keep my stuff out of the rain. It was a gift from my buddy down here. His name's Bernardo, but we call him Gervasio, which can kind of vary. Sometimes it's Gervasio, sometimes it's Chupacio, sometimes it's Chupancio, Herpancio. He's got lots of names. You'd be saying those are perfect for the Apache. I thought so, Hugh, because I'm not really. I don't know. I felt like, especially the way I have the truck set up, it's all. I mean, even that, like that Offenhauser is probably too tall of an intake, probably for my purposes. But everything's low end, torquey. I don't know if I need the advantage of that scavenging effect of the headers for what I'm doing. I mean, you can't go wrong with headers. Don't get me wrong, but I just felt like this was a good option. Rich is asking if I ever plan on painting my truck. Yeah, Rich, down the line, definitely. I was just showing off my expensive hammers. I'm going to start doing some body work on her, some sheet metal work, and start there. The only reason I've never painted it is because there was so much body damage. There's almost, I think the only panel that's not dented on the truck are like the little cowl caps. Besides that, everything's got some damage on it. So I thought painting it was almost doing it an injustice. Someone had kind of already done that. That's that silver paint you see on it, Ridge. But I'd like to go through it and just kind of do what I can there. I have limited resources, obviously. I don't have access to a shop right now, but I'll do what I can. You know what I mean? I'd like to get myself a little flux core welder. That'd be that would be that'd be a game changer. But yeah, I'll get there eventually, Rich. I'll probably paint it that same Neptune green. Maybe do a two-tone. I was saying, did you see all the mega rich elites are building bunkers in New Zealand? Oh goodness. He's asking, Mike, what is B&R taking to the No Name Nationals this year? Oh, what is Barrows taking to the No Name Nationals this year? Olive saying Apaches and two-tone are sweet. Olive, it wasn't originally two-tone, but I feel like the way the body lines are on that truck, it just asks for it. So I feel like it'd be kind of cool to do. Just even if it was just the Neptune green and like just a white would be kind of cool, but a more interesting color would be kind of cooler. B&R's taking a 454 truck. B&R, did you hear when I was talking about buying that the big block 402 core? I could pick it up for around what I'm selling my 4-speed for. So it'd be almost like just kind of sliding the hoarding over. Like I already have something that I've hoarded, and if I get rid of that, it'll allow me to hoard more. Because I that's what I need right now is a big block sitting in my storage. You'd be saying that he was sending me some steel wheels. Hubie, I wouldn't mind that at all, but I would like to do what you had mentioned and actually have the rims brought out to 10 inches because the narrow wheel look on my truck, it's cool, don't get me wrong, it's original, but I feel like with the lowered truck and the narrow wheel, it just looks too lowridery. Which ain't a bad thing, it's just not what I'm going for. But I think that would look really badass, Hubie. I was saying, I think the 59 I was goggling over once upon a time, as I recall, was the Dan and off white or tan and off white two tone quad headlights. That must have been a sweet truck, Olive. I'm saying Jeff 2X loves the 402 big block Chevy. I think it would be cool to really run like as stock as is reasonably possible big block in the truck. I feel like that would be kind of the ultimate goal. I mean, the 454 is really where it's at, but if I can get a 402 for a third of the price and just kind of have it roughly gone through at the machinist. They call him my machinist, like he's mine. He's under my employ. Dean saying you must need to look more Mexican. You'd be saying, there's a guy in Gardenia who will stretch wheels. I'm going to take some 16-inch wheels to make 16 by 10s for the gasser soon. UB, I should probably pick up that set you sent me then. It'd be worth going out there, especially at that price and whatever I'd spend to have them stretched. I mean, it wouldn't be much for a spare set of wheels. I do already have a spare set of steel wheels, though. I guess I could just use the ones I have. I kept them, thinking, I'm going to put winter tires on these when I move to a free state or something. But Rich is saying my 57 is 15 by 8s on the rear end, 14 by 7 in the front. All saying, yeah, but I usually like tires to be pretty meaty to the point of diminishing returns. Makes all the difference, pretty much. Because I'm like saying, I hate empty wheel well, looks dumb. Hey, Jay Keeley's in the chat saying Uncle Tony, Uncle Brian, Uncle Ari. Guess I am technically an uncle, huh? Rich is saying gives that car a hell of a stance. Chris, that's strictly if I were to move to like a free state, you know what I mean, where it does snow and I have freedom. But Huey's Garage is saying I have to check his work, but he did John Reynolds Super Sleeper Subaru VW Bug Wheels and swears by their work. John is a perfectionist. That's kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Mopar Man 10 million, kind of like, oh geez. All of a sudden, I wonder if American Racing still makes those baby moons. I think they do. A lot of companies will make they're like off-brand smooth. They call them smoothies, the reverse wheels. Buff is saying not much snow here in Middle Tennessee. Well, yeah, it was something I didn't even have a concept of. My buddy gave me the wheels that I have now. And I didn't realize that they were tens. I couldn't discern the difference at the time, but I put them on and they looked a lot better. And I eventually concluded that it wasn't the tire size. But yeah, guys, I'll probably wrap it up for the night. Get out of here a little bit early. I don't want to get too tired on you guys and be sitting here leaning on the camera or nothing. So I'll probably go ahead and call it a night for now. It's been pretty nice to talk to everybody. It's really good to see you folks and in this capacity and yap back and forth, tell you guys about the truck, show you guys some of the new parts I got, prove to you guys that I'm still driving the truck. I haven't switched over to an EV. There's no Chevy Bolt outside. But yeah, everybody have a great week. I'll try to get some shorts out, try to get some videos out, and live stream if I get the time. And again, I appreciate everybody, sticking around and everything. I apologize for the long break. I do. And, I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you. And you guys are badass. And if I've got no other excuse as to why I should be taking videos of my truck, you guys getting a kick out of it is pretty much the bottom line. So I appreciate you guys. And have a great week out there. Be safe. Don't hurt each other. Don't run with scissors. Don't do that. But above all this, please, please check your fluids, guys. Thanks, folks. Have a great week. Be safe. No scissors. Don't run with the scissors.